guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a new video. I hope you are all well. Today's video is something a little bit different. It's going to be my glowy, no foundation makeup routine. Last week I posted this photo on Instagram and I had so many DMs asking me to do a routine, show you what I use, my products, etc, etc. So I thought I'd really quickly film this tutorial for you all. So yeah, if you want to see how I achieved this look, then please keep watching. Okay, so I've just made myself a little caramel cappuccino and pinned my hair back, and let's start this makeup look. I've also just done my skincare. If you are interested in my skincare or what I use, what I do, etc, I'll link a video down below. Recently, as in like in the last couple of weeks, I did a vlog which contains my evening and morning skincare routine, so I will link them if you want to see how I do that. But let's get into how I get this no foundation makeup glowy look. Okay, so the first product that I use and that I feel like absolutely changed the no foundation glowy base for me is this product. This is from a company called, look at me putting my hand up as if I'm a proper MUA. It's called Vita Liberata and it's their Beauty Blur primer and tinted face moisturizer. My little sister actually used this and I used it in the summer when I didn't want to wear foundation for a night out, when we were allowed to go on nights out, and it changed the game, and it was out of stock everywhere from Boots, which is where it's from, or Superdrug, one of the two. I'll leave it linked down below, obviously, as will every other product. And she got me it for Christmas, so I was very happy about that. So what it is like a little pump, and I'll just do 2 little pumps on my hands there, on my hands together, just rub it all over my skin on top of my moisturizer, which I've just done. I like to start with a little amount and then you can always build it up, because I have made the mistake of putting too much on before. I've also got my mirror behind the camera, so if I'm looking there throughout the video, it's because I can't really see what I'm doing in the viewfinder. So if you can see there, it just adds a really nice glowy but natural base. Like, it hasn't got really any colour to it, doesn't make you look orange or too pink toned, which I really don't like pink tones in tinted moisturisers or bases. But yeah, just a really nice glowy natural base. So that is the key, and that is my first product. By the way, these little hair clips are from Primark. I literally got a set of them and they're so handy for when you're doing your makeup and you need your hair off your face but you don't want to like put it in a bubble or kink it. Really recommend them. Okay, so we're then moving on to concealer. I do not wear concealer all the time. To be honest, I rarely even wear it unless I've got spots, and on my chin I've had a little bit of a breakout. We're now like mid-January and I did blame it on all the cheese and wine that was consumed over Christmas, but they are kind of gone now. It's just kind of a little bit of marks and scarring, but I'm going to use some concealers to cover them up a little bit just because I'm not wearing any foundation. So the first one I'm going to use is this Nip and Fab Concealer in shade 05, and I literally just dab it over the area where I have any imperfections or spots, like so. I've got a couple of little bits there that I just read, and that's probably it. I then go over the top of that with the iconic London concealer in shade Seamless, and just do the same, but this one's a lot lighter, so I literally just dab it ever so slightly over the spots and imperfections, and then I just leave that for like a minute to set. I don't know if that makes any difference, but I feel like it's a lot easier to blend when I just leave it to sit for a minute and then I go in and dab it in. Okay, so once that's been set, I'll just go in with this brush, which is from Style Pro. It's the G104. It's like a flat foundation brush, and I just kind of dab. I don't rub it around. I don't really blend. I just, as you can see, like tap it in. I feel like this keeps the product in the place where I want it to be and doesn't drag it all over my face. I like to still be able to see skin, which is why I don't really wear foundation anymore at all, because I just feel like it looks too heavy on my skin. I stopped wearing foundation, I think it was last summer, last summer, because I just didn't like the way it looked on my skin. I much preferred a natural look, and usually like I never wear foundation through the summer when I've got a tan or if I'm on holiday, but in the winter I would always wear foundation, but I just have no desire to wear it, and we're in winter now and I just don't want to at all. And I'm really liking this look. So as you can see, you can still see a little bit of spot, but I don't mind. Like I said, I like seeing skin. I like it to look natural, but the redness has all gone. So I then move on to bronzer. I think everyone watching this will be surprised how quick and easy this makeup routine is. Like, we're going to be done in like 10 minutes, no word of a lie. It is such an easy, quick routine. This is literally what I do. Oh my god, I've just put my nail right in my new bronzer. Why, Delilah? Yeah, it's actually such an easy, quick routine, which I do every day. This is like my routine for, well, I don't wear makeup every day, but if I'm shooting pictures, filming videos, getting ready to go for a meal, anything, this is the makeup look I do. So the bronzer that I use is a MAC one. It's Give Me Sun Mineralized Skin Finish, and this big brush is just a fluffy Real Techniques one. It's literally got nothing on it anymore because I've had it for so long. And I just dab that in, pat it back on, and bronze up my face. Again, I've had this bronzer for years now. I just continue to buy it over and over again because I love the colour. I think it looks natural. It looks nice when you've got no foundation. You know, sometimes bronzers, when you've got no foundation, they look really orange. I really don't feel like this does. And it always blends really nice for me. I also really like MAC Deep Tan. That's also a good one, but I'd go for a bit of Give Me Sun this year. So I always just focus on doing my cheekbones, forehead, chin and jawline, and then I'll put like a little bit excess on my nose. That's like the main places where I concentrate the product on. And I will then go in with the classic Hoola. Everyone loves Hoola. I've never met anyone who doesn't. This is well worn, and I use the brush which comes with it, which is perfect for contouring. Put it in there and get right into my cheekbones to make them look more defined. Same on this side. And then bring it down to my jawline. And again, a little bit on my forehead. With this as well, I'll also just go down the sides of my nose. I don't really like a heavy contour, but I feel like doing this just makes my nose look a bit more slimmer, a bit more tanned, but also still keeping it really natural. I remember the days when I used to cream contour, and I honestly couldn't think of anything worse right now. I'm just not about it. I mean, on some people it looks amazing. Girls who can pull off like full makeup looks with amazing eyes and full contour, they look stunning, but I just don't think it suits me. I also just dabbed it in there and just put it over my eyes just to give my eyes a little bit of colour on the lid, but it ties all in with the natural vibe. Next up is blusher. Again, a product which I've used for years now. I'm just a creature of habit. If I find something I like, then I stick to it. This is the Nars Taj Mahal blush. It's like a really nice orangey colour. It certainly does not come out that orange, don't worry. But I've used this for such a long time and it's just nice, especially when you've got a tan. It doesn't give you too much of like a heavy blush. It just kind of makes you look youthful and glowy, and it does have like little bits of like glistening in there, so I kind of use this as like a highlight as well, using a Studio London brush. All these brushes are just like cheap ones, by the way, that I've just like picked up from time to time, so nothing, you don't need anything MUA worthy. Dab that in, give it a little tap, and then on the apples of my cheeks I'll just put that on like that. I'll also put a little bit of this on my nose, forehead and chin. Just literally dab, like hardly anything, just any excess that's on the brush. And that is blusher. Let's just have a quick coffee break. Sorry if you can hear builders, by the way. There's currently loads of builders on the house next door and I'm sure they can see me and thinking, what is that girl doing? But here I am. Happy Monday. Okay, next up, another Holy Grail product which you've all probably heard of is the iconic Illuminator drops. I started using these in the summer and they became a makeup bag fave, I must say. When I use these, honestly it took me a while to work out the best way to use them, how to not put too much on, how to not get it everywhere. I feel like you really need to perfect it, so let me show you what I do and hopefully this will help. So when I take the little pipette out of the bottle, I'll just put it on here on my hand, because even that is, can you see, so much product. I'll then just use my ring finger and just put a little bit on end of my nose, above my lip, dab that back on so that there's nothing on the finger, and then I just kind of like rub that in ever so slightly. Any excess that's on my finger, I'll bring up the bridge of my nose. I do like a strong highlight on my nose, but more so on the tip. Rub that all in. Don't worry about it getting on your lip, because once you put like your lip gloss on and stuff, you won't see that anyway. And then for my cheekbones, I do the exact same thing. Dab my finger through the product and just blend it all in really lightly. Got to remember, it's always buildable. If you put too much on, you're not going to be able to get it off. I like to put the tiniest amount and slowly blend it all in. It feels so nice to have a fresh layer of fake tan on, a fake tan especially for this occasion, and I've missed it so much. I was so pale before and I just much prefer myself with a tan. So that is essentially the base and the main bulk of the glowy no foundation look complete. We're now going to move on to brows, which I've got a product to show you which honestly changed my brow game. So Jess Hunt, who I'm sure you'll follow on Instagram, if you don't, you need to go and follow her. She is honestly beautiful. Has brought out a beauty brand called Refi, and her first products were some brow products, which is a given because her brows are incredible. And I've got them, I've been using them for the past, well, as soon as she launched. How long's that been? It's been a good couple of weeks, if not months now. And honestly, I am obsessed. I will continue to rebuy these over and over again because they are top notch. I used to do soap brows quite a lot. If you've watched my channel for the last year, you'll know that I used to always wear soap brows. This is essentially like soap brows but 10 times better. So this is the first one. It's like a 3-step process, and this is like a white, like kind of a gluey gel which you use through your brows. So I just brush this through all my brow hair. You really don't need a lot of product either. A little bit goes a long way. And then on the same lid from that, you just pull this off, and it's a little brush. Don't mind mine, it's very grubby. I use it literally every day of my life. And I just use this to comb up the hair and put it into position and keep it where it's meant to be. I am a big fan of the Bushy Brow. If you're not, you could always just brush the hairs in the direction that they naturally go, and it will still just keep them in place and work like a brow gel. Okay, so once they're both brushed up, this might seem a bit strange, but I just like to like push them down to make sure that they're all set in the position where I want them. I then go in with the step 2, which is a little pomade on the bottom and a brush on the top, and literally dab this in. Again, the tiniest amount of product is needed, and then just fill out any sparse areas and make them look a little bit thicker. I always concentrate this product on the outside of my brow, not the front. Okay, so once I've done that, as you can see, that just makes them look a little bit thicker and evens them out. I've got quite sparse eyebrows. I have had them microbladed though, but I do feel like at the tails of my brows I just like to thicken them out. And then the final step is a brow pencil. This is honestly like the thinnest, best little pencil I've ever used. I'm putting it out there. It actually is the best eyebrow pencil I've ever used. And I just use this to fill in little hair strokes at the front of my brows to make them thicker here, make them bushier, and just finish off the brow. I'm just going to use this so I can see up close. Let me zoom you in so you can see a little bit better. Is that better? There we go. So yeah, I'll just go over any places again which I feel are quite sparse, and on the front just really draw in some more hairs bring it forward. Then I like to just put my finger over like that just to blend it a little bit and make it look natural. There we go. You can see the difference between filling in the front there, making that a lot thicker and bushier compared to this one. And there it is. There is my finished brow. Nice and natural, nice and bushy. Let me zoom you back out. Okay, next up we are on to mascara. First of all, I'm going to curl my lashes with these. These are just from Look Fantastic, I think. Just like a generic pair. These, I don't know why I never used these for so long. I never used to use eyelash curlers, and they literally change the way mascara goes on so much. So if you don't use these, get them. They're not pointless. Just gonna curl this one. And this one. There we go. As you can see, it makes my lashes look so much longer. Mascara, I'm using the Nars Climax Extreme. This is really good. It doesn't go clumpy and it's nice and dark. I like a black mascara. And yeah, really like this. I'm going to pop this on off camera because no one needs to see my mascara face, and then I'll be back. Okay, mascara is done. I only do the top lashes. I prefer how it looks when you haven't got mascara on the bottom, just for like an everyday look. So yeah, just the top ones and leave the bottom ones natural. And finally, my favourite step of any makeup routine is lips. I just feel like once you put your lip on, it brings it all together. It makes it look so much nicer, and I don't feel myself when I haven't got my lip liner on. So let's move on to that. So I'm going to use NYX London to line my lips all over. I do also slightly overline them. I spoke about this in previous videos, that my Cupid's bow I like to kind of mute out and like colour over instead of defining it like that, if that makes sense. I'll show you once I've done it, but I'm just going to quickly line my lips. Once I've done that, I'm just going to use my little finger to blend it all in so it's not as harsh of a line. This is just like a really natural brown liner. I then go in with my Morphe Toasty lip liner. What I do with this is just go over the Cupid's bow and the bottom here, the places where I want them to appear bigger, just to give a bit of definition, a bit of like an ombre kind of effect. And I feel like this really works to keep my lips on all day and just make them look bigger overall. So what I do is just literally colour in there and also here. Now that looks a bit crazy now, but then what I do is again go with my little finger and just blend it out. Okay, so with a no foundation, natural everyday look, I don't really like to do a full lip with a colour. I just like to go in with a clear gloss on top of this, and the one I'm using today is this Dionne Lip Maximizer Collagen lip gloss. It's like a pinky clear gloss essentially, and I just really like how this looks, and it's not too sticky, so I'm just going to put that all over my lips. And that is it. Let's take these clips out and we are good to go. So that is it guys, that is my glowy everyday no foundation makeup routine. As always, everything will be linked down below in the description. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe if you did enjoy it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!